You know, I have to say I love the Tasmanian Devil. I'm a fourth-generation Hampshire native. I worked in local government here, and it's actually state government, working for the people as chairman of the State Board of Education. I've been a foster parent. We've raised our 2 adopted daughters. We've been part of the community in my church and Easter Seals and the Boy Scouts of America, in addition to practicing law and advocating for businesses and individuals and not-for-profit organizations, healthcare law. So I have a track record that no one else has in this race. When I was chairman of the State Board of Education, just to give you an example, I fought for homeschooling rights, the right of people, the parents to teach their children. They're the first and most important educators. We fought for charter schools, raising standards the New Hampshire way, and we opposed the federal government's takeover at that time, at least additional takeover of elementary secondary school. Our state was the only state under my leadership to say no to the federal government, and I'm the only candidate for U.S. Senate who says, free the people. Well, first of all, we have to balance our budget. I support a constitutional amendment for a balanced budget. Short of that, until we get that in place, we need to fight to make sure that our budget is balanced. I have a 3-part test that apply to all spending programs, and I believe in zero-based budgeting. No sacred cows. You look at every program, every department, and you say, A, is it constitutional? B, is it good policy? And C, can we afford it, given the things the federal government should do? Job 1, national security. Let's fully fund our national security commitment to our armed forces, men and women in uniform, make sure they are well equipped, that we have the best equipment to support them, and then let's decide what else we can spend on in terms of domestic programs where the government is. And then we need entitlement reform to make sure that our entitlement programs are going to be solvent, so that soon we can put ourselves onto a path of solvency in this country. We need structural changes. That's why I support term limits for congressmen and women. We need to make sure that we have new people coming in, every cycling in and out, so we refresh the Congress, make it accountable to the people. And then I would eliminate earmarks and the other trappings of Washington that force and entice elected representatives to spend more money than they have. And that's going to be the kind of integrity we need. And we need to have it now, because we are not going to have an America worthy of our children and grandchildren very soon. We all know, I think your audience knows, jobs aren't created by government, they're created by the private sector. Good jobs, sustained jobs, are private sector jobs. The government gets in the way of economic development and economic growth. And stimulus spending, which is not a job-creating bill, it's actually more pork barrel spending, more debt, and that hurts business and business development. I believe that we need to reform our tax system. I believe that in the programs that Steve Forbes advocated, he's endorsed me. I want to work with him to have a flatter, simpler tax for individuals and corporations. Let's eliminate the capital gains tax. Let's lower the marginal tax rates. We're not driving businesses offshore. And let's make sure we have a regulatory environment that supports job creation by the private sector, doesn't get in the way of it. That means regulatory reform in terms of rolling back and repealing regs that are old and antiquated and don't perform the function they're supposed to. And that's the way we're going to build our economy back, is through the private sector. Small businesses particularly need to be freer to compete, need to be able to get the capital necessary to expand. We need to eliminate the uncertainty in the marketplace, like Obamacare. Let's get back to free market principles. I believe in the free market and the people and small businesses of the state and country. That's where new jobs are going to come from. That's where the young people will be employed. Well, Robert, I would hope the young people come with us. I am the people's candidate. I'm not independently wealthy, and I'm not the establishment candidate. Other candidates can claim that in this race. I'm the only candidate who's an independent, conservative Republican with a track record to show for it. People say, are you serious? Are you somebody who's going to change when you go to Washington? Well, first of all, I'm not moving to Washington. I'll live in New Hampshire, commute to Washington when I need to be there to vote and to work in government. But otherwise, I want to be back here with the people of New Hampshire. I want to be close to them, and I want to be close to the supporters who bring us here, bring me to Washington in order to help me serve the people of America and the people of New Hampshire. And the young people, we have a lot of good young people working with us right now. Come and join our team. There's a lot of good work to be done. It's hand-to-hand combat these days, door to door. Bring some shoes with a lot of leather on them, because we need some help there in terms of going door to door. Telephone, and then of course the internet. What a fantastic tool, and we're using it on Twitter, Facebook, and I think you'll be very happy with what we stand for. I stand with you and the young people and the old people in this country and everybody in between. Let's work together to reclaim the Congress for the people and the states of this country. It's time to push back and make sure Congress lives within the four corners of the Constitution. And let's free the people and the states of this nation. Who's my favorite? You know, I have to say I love the Tasmanian Devil. He's kind of a crazy man, and he's got a lot of passion and energy, and he lets it fly. And I like that about him. It's the raw passion. So the Tasmanian Devil, I in fact have a stuffed animal my sister gave me when I went to college when I was 18, way back when. I don't even want to tell you how long ago it was, 1975. And that Tasmanian Devil was with me. But I love the other cartoon characters too, but that would be my favorite.